All right, g'day, hi, and welcome. Okay, so here's my box, my truck liner box, which is pretty dirty. I think I know how that other truck died, because there was about probably, I didn't think there was that much in there, but there was probably about 200 pounds of gravel sitting in the back of the box. When I went to lift the box liner out, I was like, holy geez, why is this thing so heavy? I don't remember these things being that heavy. This is where it's going to go, so I got to sweep this out. I'm going to sweep that out. I'm going to give it a quick wash. Then I got to do a couple of modifications to it. Nothing drastic, just so I can I'm going to cut out these little pockets here so that I don't have to, unscrew the little things each time. So I want to be able to remove the liner quickly for cleaning and inspection, so that if there's, leaves or something that's in there, or water holding up in there, I want to know about it. Maybe I have to drill a couple of holes in the box to make it drain better. There's usually holes in near the front where it can seep out, but if it gets clogged with leaves and stuff, so maybe about once a month I'll pull it off, and then maybe in the wintertime I'll just pull it right out of the truck, and then I'm going to cover the truck for the winter. I didn't last winter, but this winter I'll probably cover it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's better not to. I'll try to figure that out, but it's going to be oil sprayed. The box itself, I'll show you the stuff I'm going to use. Somebody asked me about it, what the stuff is and how you apply it. It's basically, it's called underbody coating, rust proofing. Nothing stops rust, just so you know. Nothing stops rust. Rust never sleeps, but you can make it take a nap if you're lucky. So this is the stuff here. And basically, by taking a nap, I'm meaning you're stopping the oxidization process of allowing oxygen to get to the metal, you know what I mean? So it will still rust, but it's not going to rust as quickly and as fast and whatever. So my goal is to make this vehicle last 7 years if I can, if I don't lose all my... But this is the stuff here. There's not too much left in there, but I got my brush. And what I'll do is I'm going to clean this out. Like you see, my uncle had just plywood in here. So you can see there's a couple of dents on the wheel. I don't know if you can see it really well with this, but you see like there's a dent here and like little dents here. That's why I want the box liner in there. You can see there's a little bit of rust starting here. So, like this box, if I can get another little while out of it, it's not bad. It's definitely fixable. What I would like to do in the fall, if I have another truck, which I probably will, what I'd like to do is take this box right off, bead blast it, zinc chromate it, prime it, get it repainted and repair all this stuff. I'm going to price those panels out. If I'm going to do it, might as well do it right. And then, because like this truck is at, like I was telling Alex, the guy that bought the Camaro, the Blue Speeder project. Sorry if there's a lot of wind here. Try to get it in. He bought that Camaro, and it's coming along. He's going to be putting a V8 in that, and can't wait to see when it's done. But like him and I were talking, he goes, what are you going to do with the truck? He says, are you going to restore it? Are you going to, like I'm right on the line where either I let it completely deteriorate and run it into the ground, or I save up, get a second truck, take this truck and completely zero time it. I'm talking, okay, that's the worst part of the truck right there, right? But I know this lighting's not the best, and this truck's extremely dirty right now, but hopefully I'll remedy most of that today. Most of the dirt you see here is the oil, painted on oil spray, so that it doesn't, I always want to keep a thin layer on there. But repaint it, touch up paint, whatever. Obviously the box, match paint it, and like restore the truck to original. Like this truck, brand new, must have been absolutely gorgeous. Whether you like the style or not is not the issue. Like, okay, like this here, like that can become that'll come back with a little bit of elbow grease. You can it's a nice truck. Like this side's the pretty side there, but you get this thing all polished up and everything. It's a freaking nice truck, So maybe get the rims re-chromed, but that's after this becomes a secondary truck. So then I'll do stuff with the engine and whatever. But as far as the box, there's no real major concerns on the inside of the liner, except for maybe here. You can see the paint starting to go, but all this is going to be coated with that lightly after I clean it out, whatever. And the box will be, the bed liner will be sitting on top of a, basically a, that part of my old brake pad? Oh, there we go. It'll be sitting on top of the oil spray. I don't think it'll harm that. If it does, I mean, mind you, I didn't pay very much for that. So the bed liner and the toolbox, which I'll do exclusives on them, are going to be, it was 175 bucks for both. I'm hoping there's a key in there. If not, you can swap these out. They're not a big deal. I know people throw these things out and, oh, I could have got you one for free or for 50 bucks or something. Yeah, I know that, but 175 bucks, it's paid for probably Monday or Tuesday. So it paid for itself Monday or Tuesday. So, but the dents, you know, like, I mean, those dents aren't so bad that I can't pound them out with an auto body dolly set, which is about 25 bucks for the, it's like little dolly sets if you pound all that stuff out. So maybe it might not be worth it, but maybe it will be. But you got to think about the truck, not today, but sitting in a climate controlled garage at some point as a collection. This truck could be worth 80 grand in the next 20-30 years if it's all there, all original and good looking. Like, as it is, no, but you'd say that no, why would it? It's never going to go up that much in value. You never know. So no matter what, I'll, you know, 10 years down the road, I get what, if I put even 4 grand into this thing, zero timing it, making, mind you, I have to do the whole assessment. It's just, if I zero time it, make it really, really pretty, it can become a show truck, you know, as an original. And it's not going to, again, the value becomes in the rarity of them, because in 10 years, there's probably not going to be too many of these things left, right, from this generation. There'll be lots of them in scrap yards, but running and in mint condition, all original, probably nothing going to be around. So this truck gets me to my next truck. My next truck will get me to my next truck. You know, going to try to get newer, or this truck, I just put it into the ground. One or the other. We'll see. I have to do the assessment to see what it's worth to fix it up 100%. If I can do the labor myself, the labor I'll save on, but it, you know, I might still have to spend a few grand on stuff, you know, like, so it's like, is it worth it? You know, like I got to do a real assessment whether it's worth it, but it's so close to restoration that it's like, okay, you're not going to get your money back on it, but this truck makes me a lot of money. Like, I paid 500 bucks for this truck. So even if I put 5 grand into it, at 5 grand, this truck is immaculate. The brakes will be done. All brakes, brake lines, rotors, all that stuff will be done. At that point, anything I need to do in the engine bay, the only thing I really got to do is my cold air intake. I got to get a new plastic piece for that. But again, if they don't crush that truck this week, next week, or whatever, I might go in there and just start, okay, make a list of what I need on this. Like, today is Saturday, and this is like what I call a truck maintenance day. And my truck maintenance day is basically, well, you know, basically making sure that everything is working good on the truck. But you can see, like, I mean, everything's good. So a good detailing, the upholstery. There's not a rip in any of these seats. They're a little bit dirty, but yeah, so this truck could be leather wheels, nice on it. You know, if I get the season out of it, this truck could be a really nice show truck 20 years down the road, right? So 5 grand now, 20 years down the road, you know, it's an $80,000 truck at that point. If somebody really, really wants it, maybe 30. But either way, it's going to be worth more than 5 grand. But anyway, I'm going to get to it. So like I say, this stuff, you pick it up like Canadian Tire or Walmart or any, Rush Check is what this one's called. And it's kind of like I'll just do a little dab because I still got to, you just like, that's it. And it rust proofs it. It doesn't last forever. You'll have to reapply every couple of months. But usually you do that just before the winter. My goal is just so that there's a barrier between the box liner and the metal, right? So that if water does sit in there, it sits on top of the oil, not sitting, getting underneath the paint. So that's what I got to do. So like all these little scratches is what leads to your paint being chipped. You can see like my seam here. This is common on trucks. This seam here. If it's going to rust, that's where it's going to rust. And then right up the front, this is what happened on that truck. It all it all rusted out there because there was like stuff like leaves and stuff that got stuck under the box liner. So that's why, like these, normally what happens is you yeah, I'll just have to wrap this up there, but you basically have your box liner and then you put these on. I'm going to cut them out. Now you say water will get in there, but it doesn't matter because I can take the bed liner out once a month for inspection, clean it, put it back in. Nothing will ever be able to sit in there long enough to actually rot or rust or whatever. And then at the end of the season, I do a massive cleanup. Maybe I even get some paint, clean all this out and touch it up. And it's going to be a nice truck when it's done. It's going to be a very nice truck when it's done. And I also got to go over and get the rack today. So I got a busy day. There we go.